In this lesson, I'm going to explain how to find percent concentration. Make sure to like and subscribe to catch more chemistry content just like this.
Alright, so the main question of today's lesson is exactly what percent concentration is. Now, at its barest form, it simply refers to a ratio of a solute over a solution. Now, this can express itself in three different ways. Firstly, is the mass of a solute over the mass of a solution. Secondly, is the mass of a solute over the volume of a solution. And finally, is the volume of a solute over the volume of a solution. Now, let's look at the problem we have here. What is the percent by mass concentration of glucose in a solution made by dissolving 5.5 grams of glucose in 3.91 moles of water? Firstly, we need to understand that this equation is asking us for the mass of the solute over the mass of the solution. As for the mass of the solution, it's important to understand that it isn't simply the mass of the solvent for the 3.91 moles of water. It refers to the mass of the solute plus the solvent, which refers to the combination of both of them. So when you're finding the mass of the solution, you need to add 5.5 grams of glucose to the 3.91 moles of water to find the solution. Okay, if we look at the first part of the equation, we can see we have 5.5 grams of glucose. This is a given to us. Now, we need to find the mass of the solution. So, as I previously mentioned, we need to add the 5.5 grams of glucose and the 3.91 moles of water, because the solution is where you add the solute and the solvent. However, when we look at the water, we can see it isn't in grams, it's in moles. So we need to first convert this into mass. Now, the way in which we would do this is we would find the amount of grams of H2O per mole, which happens to be 18 grams, and then we would simply multiply that by 3.91. Finally, we would need to multiply that number by 100. Ultimately, we're left with 5.5 grams of glucose over 5.5 grams of glucose plus 3.91 moles of water multiplied by 18 grams of H2O. And this is all multiplied by 100. So after solving this equation, we should be left with about 6.57% by mass concentration.
So let's take a look at another problem. What is the concentration in percent mass over volume of a solution containing 0.63 moles of potassium nitrate in 177 milliliters of solution? So we need to recognize that this problem is going to be a mass solute over volume solution equation, since we are provided with a mass of solute, aka 0.63 moles, which we'll convert to mass, over a volume of solution, aka 177 milliliters. It is important to note that mass and volume units must match, aka we must use milliliters if we use grams, and we must use liters if we use kilograms. Otherwise, the equation will not yield the correct answer. And so, we convert the 0.63 moles of potassium nitrate into grams by multiplying it by 101.1 grams of potassium nitrate per mole, and dividing that by 177 milliliters of solution. Keep in mind that we're using grams with milliliters, which is what we want. We now multiply all this by 100 to get our answer. And we get about 35.98% concentration in mass over volume. Let's take a look at one more problem. What is the concentration in percent volume over volume of a solution containing 3.2 liters of ethanol in 4,500 milliliters of solution? We must recognize that this problem needs volume of solute over volume of solution. This means that we will take 3.2 liters of ethanol over 4,500 milliliters of solution converted into liters, aka 1 liter of solution over 1,000 milliliters of solution. The reason why we do this is because we have liters on the top, and therefore we need liters on the bottom. We now multiply all of this by 100 to find the percent concentration in volume over volume. And we get about 71.11% concentration in volume over volume. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.